The Corporation for Public Broadcasting has been defunded due to its airing of varied opinions and is closing its doors. I have a 100-year-old cousin who was in the room when Lyndon Johnson signed the Public Broadcasting Act. He is rolling over in his quad cane. His name is Cousin Bob. Has Project 2025 murdered Big Bird and Terry Gross? Looks like my dad was right. America is over. But as the post-democracy Pauls have been telling us, you don't need libtard media anymore. You have the internet. Best of luck, America. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says yes, maybe we will privatize Social Security. Bessent is also the Deputy Director of QPAL, Quiet Part Out Loud. Over on the far left fringe, Marjorie Taylor Greene has decried the genocide and starvation in Gaza, displaying her failure to know when not to QPAL. She rebuked Florida Rep. Randy Fine, who said, "Starve away." Will Greene join the Greens or join forces with Rashida Tlaib? Hold breath. While the Trumposphere bulges with crypto and signed guitars, federal workers are being encouraged to encourage their fellow workers to adopt their religion. This streamlines the church and state relationship, melding them seamlessly into one Christian nation. I mean, why separate church and state when we've already merged merch and state? Multiple universities are paying Mafia Donald millions and promising not to promote minority admissions in return for supervision of their curriculum and activities by an impartial group of eugenicists and climate deniers. The Don says DEI is affirmative action, which is Reconstruction, which is reparations, which is lunatic fascist communism. Also, anti-Semitic. Questions are being raised about whether disgraced TV star Roseanne got Trump to wangle her an invite to Jeffy's Island. And if not, what is Epstein Bar? The Texas GOP will redraw its congressional districts to seize 5 more seats in the fall, leading to permanent MAGA rule, concentration camps, and 126-degree summers in Seattle. The move is considered legitimate by contemporary standards of world fascism. California will retaliate by creating more Democratic districts, to be countered by Florida, then Massachusetts, and eventually, billionaires versus po folk. Who will win? How exciting! Wait, it's not a video game? White House resident DJ Trump has called the Fed head a total and complete moron. While not quite up to the erudite standard of Alex Hamilton, who called Jeffersonians cutthroats who walk in rags and sleep amid filth and vermin, and lacking the drama of Poppy Bush's Willie Horton tirades, it does approach the level of Andrew Jackson's opponents, who spread the word that his mother was a prostitute and his wife an adulteress. Sadly, it seems that while Trump's invective may be the most base and crude in U.S. history, maybe the world, it's not the most creative. In Britain, which is not yet great again.
As has been observed, Britain is not what it was. We are.
Protesters can now be jailed for 14 years for wearing a pin from Palestine Action, a group which sprayed red paint on 2 military planes. Attorneys for the protesters have offered a deal. Their clients will stop spraying paint if Not So Merry England will stop spraying bullets at starving Palestinians. Meanwhile in Gaza, doctors are fainting from hunger while operating on patients. Parents are thanking God that their children died, so they're not starving. After a 22-month delay, Israeli anti-war protesters are displaying photos of Palestinian children murdered by Israel. Retired leaders, including ex-prime ministers, are accusing the settler state of deliberate starvation. A former military leader said the government was killing babies as a hobby. A founder of Standing Together said, "The Gazans are our neighbors." Half right. They were your neighbors until you evicted them into Gaza. Now, they are your subjects. Or just dead. But the protesters are in the minority. 64% of Israelis remain unconcerned. Nice that they're not uncomfortable, like Jews on American campuses. Mehdi Hassan says 32% of Americans approve of Israel's war on Gaza, while 90% of Congress approves. Likewise, gun control. To sum up, democracy, no. In other death of knowledge news, the Smithsonian has removed references to President Caligula's impeachments from a museum exhibit under new White Palace guidelines to remove anti-American ideology. Anti-American, a term meaning negative comments about the best president in history. The primary threats to America have been announced: Beyonce, Rosie O'Donnell, and CBS. Well, CBS is now state TV, but the others are decidedly not state artists and treasonously refuse to accept that privilege. Not unlike late-night comedians.
You learn more from a 10-minute monologue from these comedians than you do from a month of watching the news on those channels.
And the DoD has reversed course, permitting crucial hurricane forecasting data to remain online. No word on whether they will permit humans to remain on planet.